Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. If this found you, it was meant to. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and breathe. You're entering a sacred space of tarot, of oracle, meditations, ogham, and soul-centered wisdom. There are no coincidences here, only invitations. Lessons with Wesley.
All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 49 of Lessons with Wesley. I hope y'all have had a great week. I got through my first full week of school, folks. First full week. Now, so I got 35 more to go. But who's counting? But it was good. Got 2 classes. Almost pretty much everyone. I think there's a couple of kids who might not be on my roster that maybe have moved somewhere else. But let's see. I got, as every teacher knows, you got a makeup of different kids. Great kids, other kids like, ooh, I'm gonna kill you with kindness, kid. I'm gonna do my best to bring my Reiki training and meditation in there, and I have done that a few times. Starting my as I'm getting the classroom ready, there's been a few times where I've done some meditations, quick little as I'm working, had some Reiki music going, threw in some shokureis to put the energy here. So I'm just trying to incorporate that into the into my classroom. You know, whether they know it or not. But I always set up my classroom to try to be just a calming space. I want people to feel comfortable. And I've gotten that from teachers and kids. Oh, I like this. It, feels great. I'm like, thank you. That's what I go for. That's what I strive for. But anyway, so hope y'all have had a good week. I checked my email, lessonswithwesley@gmail.com. I didn't see anything, but however, folks, I do want to give a shout out to Japan. I've never been to Japan. I would love to go, but Japan is the second country outside of the U.S. that has the most downloads, and I want to give a shout out to y'all. I would love to hear from any of my listeners. I would love to hear from some international listeners, especially after today's episode. So today's episode, not quite sure how I'm going to title it, but right now this is season 2, episode 4, but this is episode 49 and all. So it's a guided meditation. So what I'm going to talk about today is remote viewing. Now, I'm not going into big major details, but what I've been doing lately with Nathan and Lady Whiskey is I've been trying to do it once a week, of doing a guided meditation / remote viewing / telepathy practice. So the gist, my kids should know this word, the gist, G-I-S-T. When I'm trying to teach them, we're working on one of the standards we're working on is reading a text, being able to give me the gist of the text, learning to pull out what's the main idea topic and supporting it with details. And after that, we're tying in, okay, you gave me the gist, now let's work on chronological order writing using those sentence starter words. Like first, next, all of a sudden, later on, finally, just working on that. So the gist of remote viewing, I'm not going to go into who started and all that stuff. I can do that later, give it a quick little Google search. But anyway, remote viewing is basically someone sets up a target and they give this target a number. So for example, the target number that you see in the title is 072826. Now, what that stands for is I came up with a target on July 28th, 2026. So that's how I named the target. Now, as I was setting this target, y'all, there is and I'll tell you, it's nature. That's all I'm going to say. This target, there's something in nature that popped in my head, and this is the remote viewing target, 072826. So when you go into this guided meditation, which I'm doing with the group that I'm a part of, and I am going to do this with Nathan and Lady Whiskey, your goal is to describe the target, not identify. You hear me, folks? We're talking adjectives here. Now, sometimes you might get a noun or a place or something, what we call AOL, analytical overlay. It's just something that popped in your head and you can't get rid of it. Jot it down. So, once again, remote viewing, the gist is I've given you a target and I've given you a little bit of front loading and told you that it is dealing with nature, not a man-made object. This is something in nature. And I want you to describe it. Not identify, describe. So, at the end of this episode, you will hear a meditation song composition that I came up with someone in my group. Now, you will hear the Native American flute. And she played this and sent it to the group. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take her playing this Native American flute, and I downloaded it onto my computer, and I use Ableton Live 11, and I have a Focusrite. It's what I use to kind of hook my mic up to, my Aerophone, my Launchpad X, and I can, play over and add some MIDI effects and stuff like that. And so I added some deep grounding chakra sounds that you will hear, and then I played over a little bit. And towards the end, you will hear some either chanting or light language coming from myself. And the group is going to be listening to that this week. And as they're listening, their goal is to describe the target that Wesley has set. So that's what I want y'all to do when you get into the end of this episode. I'm going to tag that meditation piece on here. So as you hit play, you're going to be grounding yourself like we always do. Breathe in through your nose, box breathing, holding it, and out again. And that's what you're thinking. Picture lowering that left brain, raising that right brain, getting out of the analytical, and just write down, what am I hearing? What am I seeing? What am I smelling? What does the target feel like? What does the energy, the frequency feel like? If I stand up, and what does my body want to do? What does it want to do? Can I put myself in the position of this target? And y'all might be like, Wesley, there are millions and millions of things in this Mother Earth, in this universe that I'm listen to me, class. Yes. Y'all, it works. I did it with Nathan and Lady Whiskey the other day. Not this one, but I did a different one. And the target was, and I told them, man-made. And the target was the Statue of Liberty. And one time, and you can also draw. There's a part of remote viewing process as you're writing down adjectives and things that you're just hearing and feeling and getting and receiving. You can also sketch. Nathan drew a figure on an island. I'm like, that's it. You nailed it. And then Lady Whiskey said, I just want to this. And she put her arm up and she had her other arm holding. And I was like, you don't know what you're doing, but you literally just put yourself in the position of the target, which was Statue of Liberty. And it was, I have it written down somewhere. I didn't bring out the notes. But anyway, so that is what this episode is about. Plus, I wanted to pull a card, and I chose the Egyptian Star Oracle. Now, this is by Travis McHenry. And so my intention was, how does this card pull from the Egyptian Star Oracle deck? How is it going to tie into this remote viewing practice that I'm literally doing with people right now, coming up soon in the quantum all over the world? Not just the U.S., but now we got a big listener group in Japan and Vietnam and other places. So we are literally, and that's why I say it's not just remote viewing. To me, it's like telepathy practice. And I started doing this a month ago, and I was listening to Kara Goodwin's podcast, Soul Elevation, and she too, I think she said for like the past month, has been doing the same thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, how cool is that? So folks, here we go. here is the card. So this card is number 29. And once again, my intention was, how does this card tie into this sharing experience in the quantum, and to doing this telepathy practice with other people, this remote viewing practice? How can we collectively put our energies and frequencies together? So here we go. So this is Deacon card 29, and you will see it there on the social media, and it's spelled Sawyqed. Now, the way you pronounce that is Sawy Qed, and it stands for Children of the Potter. Now, this is about possessiveness or sharing, and I'm like, oh my God, sharing, great. Here I am, opening up, sharing something that I created along with Michelle and my group, sharing something together, creating something together, and putting it out there, not being afraid, not holding back my gifts, but letting them go. And I love how it tied in. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook that came with it. You will see two fishermen standing there. So here we go. Card 29, Sawy Qed. Possessiveness or sharing, giving and sharing in your personal life truly requires a balancing act. Give too much, and you risk being taken advantage of. But share too little, and you risk alienating those you were closest to. You may like to believe that if you won the lottery, you would give money to your friends and family, but how generous are you right now with the resources you have at your disposal? Do you share your time, experience, and knowledge with others? Sawy Qed may be calling upon you to be either more generous, or, folks, maybe you're too generous. So you need to, like she said on Roseanne, pull back, baby. Y'all like Roseanne? There's a old episode when she got hooked on playing bingo. If y'all recall that, you might be knowing. So there's another actor there sitting by her, and she's got all the little things set up, her little rituals. I love it. Her little lighters and her little troll dolls, and Roseanne's like messing with her. And then her friend, what's her name? I can't think of it right now, but it was a lady that she waited tables with, and she said, Roseanne, pull back, baby. So Sawy Qed may be calling upon you to be either more generous or more frugal with your energy. So that's what I got out of it. So folks, what do we need to do? Oh, let me read this other page. History. The children created by the potter represent all of humanity. Human beings, especially when they are very young, tend to be selfish, but they can also display altruistic acts of kindness by sharing what they have. These are the themes explored in the Sawy Qed card. The artwork depicts two fishermen carrying their daily catch. One holds a spear as if to aggressively protect his possessions, while the other fisherman holds his basket high like a trophy without fear of anyone taking what he has. Having a card showing fishermen may seem strange in the Potter group of deacons, but remember that Qed has a close association with the Nile River and water in general. Also, the day of catching birds and fish by the followers of Ra falls during the Deacon's Week in the Egyptian calendar. It is considered an inauspicious day to be on the water because, I said Ra. Yeah, is that Re or Ra? It says R-E. It's got a little symbol over it. Takes precedence in catching what is his. All right, so folks, today, this week, if you find yourself giving too much, maybe it's time to stop and receive. If you find yourself being too frugal, and I'm not talking about just money here, I'm just talking about acts of kindness or with your gifts. Maybe you're scared of stepping out. Maybe you're scared of stepping out and being embarrassed to share certain gifts. Well, y'all, I'm about to share something I created with Michelle. And at the end, you'll hear me going into some chanting, some light language. I'm just sharing what I feel inside, and I'm letting it go. So this week, Sawy Qed, children of the potter. Are you going to find yourself being too possessive? Are you going to find yourself sharing? Now, this could be in all aspects of life, with your emotions, with money, with your time. This week, I went and saw my aunt. I've only been there, see her once in the Alzheimer's clinic. And then I could say, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, it's the first week of school. I've been working a lot. But I'm trying to make myself only stay really late, like 2 days. It's like, all right, I'm giving myself 2 days this week just to stay late, do some papers, grading. And then the rest of the time, this is my time. I am going to be frugal. This is my time. I am leaving. I am proud of the work I've done today. And I'm going to go see my aunt and spend some time with her. So just take time out of your day if you feel yourself struggling with time. But anyway, whatever it is. But, so, we're getting to the end of this. And so before I play it, folks, please, please, please share this episode with someone. And please, if you find yourself sometime today or this week, I would love, love, love to get some feedback from you, especially if you decide to do this remote viewing / telepathy exercise, not just with me, but with other people literally out there in the U.S. and outside the U.S. I really, really, really hope I get some listener stories or some emails from some international folks about this guided meditation 072826. And once again, when you start it, have a sheet of paper in front of you, have a pen, and you will hear me speaking at the beginning of this guided meditation. You will hear me speaking the numbers and asking prompts and questions. So as you are receiving just images, sounds, smells, anything, just jot down whatever. Because next week I'm going to reveal what the actual target was. So if you want to participate, get it out there. And like I said, jot everything down you get. Because when I tell you the target, like, oh my God, I wish I put that down. Put it down. Anything you get, any adjectives or whatever. All right, folks. Love you. Hope you have a great week. Go ahead and get yourself into a space if you're ready. If not, just, see what time it is. Stop the episode and come back in when you got time, when you're, relaxed. Or just have it playing in the background, then sit down. I don't know. But what you're supposed to do is just be sitting down, jotting down. And by the end of it, boom, you're done. You could even take a picture and scan it, email it to me at lessonswithwesley@gmail.com. And enjoy, folks. Get ready, and Gaia bless you. Nature 072826 Nature 072826 Nature. What's it feel like? What's it taste like? What's it smell like? Can you put yourself in its position? Does it have a position? 072826 Nature.